David Dobrik's Vlog Squad was honestly iconic at one point in time. Him filming with his big group of friends, it was something a lot of people loved to see, and they were invested in each one of his friends' lives as well as his. Some of them were big influencers already, like Liza Koshy and Gabby Hanna, but others were not as well known and gained an even bigger following, sticking by David's side and appearing in his content. As the years have passed, the Vlog Squad has surely changed, but the last years, it's taken the biggest hits, and drama has gone down with the members, and it's left some of them heartbroken.
And things seem to be unraveling with this group, at least the members that are still in it and that are left, very quickly. And things are coming out about each one of them that they don't like about each other, and it is a little concerning.
By now, we should all know what happened between Jeff Wittig and David Dobrik, at least, where Jeff was severely injured and almost lost his life during the filming of one of David's vlogs. The two are in a major legal battle right now as Jeff wants compensation for what happened to him and to at least be able to pay his medical bills. And so the two of them are obviously not on good terms, and Jeff is not in the Vlog Squad anymore. As a result, though, Jeff lost touch with other members of the Vlog Squad, and he's talked about how much that sucks, and it was the reason he originally didn't even want to speak out in the first place because he was scared he was going to lose his friends. And that's unfortunately what ended up happening to him. They did not stick by his side. They actually encouraged him to not speak out about David, and were trying to convince him that David was a good guy and that David would be there for him and all of that stuff. They were really defending him, and Jeff ended up not buying into all of that, spoke out, and obviously now he's suing David, so he clearly didn't listen to them. But he lost his friends. And Jeff being super close with Tana Mojo, who Tana is still associated with some of these people in the Vlog Squad, she's on friendly terms with them, at least enough for them to vent to her, have told her that they miss Jeff. They wish they could reach out to him, but they just can't. And she thinks that is ridiculous, but Jeff knows that they can't because it's not a good look for them in David's eyes, and they need David to fill their pockets still. And if they were to continue speaking to Jeff, they probably wouldn't be able to speak to David anymore, and he feels like money to them is more important than friendships and being a good friend. So exactly what he thought would happen ended up happening, but he's in a better place and he's accepting that he doesn't need those people in his life anymore. If they are going to do that, then they were never his friends in the first place, at least not good ones.
And man, are other people getting exposed now in the Vlog Squad for not being a good friend. So it's not just to Jeff, but to other people as well. Carly and Aaron recently came out and said that they've been getting a lot of questions about not being associated with members of the Vlog Squad anymore.
I just know there's a lot of questions. I haven't looked yet, but I'm assuming about like personal friendships.
Oh yeah, I haven't looked either.
I'm just
I was
assuming.
like, let's be surprised.
And like for me, I just don't like to air personal things specific like that online.
Yeah. If it weren't for Carly, you guys would have known a year ago.
Well, you can still. You got a channel, girly.
Oh, tea.
Every time I go on TikTok live, it's always the question. So I guess like kind of addressing it here, but it's like, what happened with blah blah blah.
They still talk to a few people that aren't really in the core group of the Vlog Squad, but they are friends with Matt King, they're friends with Joe, they're friendly with Jason, but they're not really seen with David or Todd or Natalie. They're not seen with Zane or Heath or Mariah, and people have wondered why. And you guys, they might not have wanted to give all the information away, but we got our answers this week. Like, we're gonna get into all of it because it is absolutely nuts.
And I mean, I noticed that the girls were no longer hanging out with the group kind of during the pandemic, as they were taking things a lot more seriously than everyone else in the Vlog Squad. Erin even postponed her wedding because of the pandemic, but when she did have her wedding and photos were released, there were a good amount of Vlog Squad members there, but people noticed that
Zane was not at her wedding, Heath and Mariah were not at her wedding,
and Mariah was originally a bridesmaid, so people had a lot of questions about where they were, what might have happened in between now and then.
People speculated on whether or not it had to do with the pandemic and the vaccine, and it actually turned out to be true. They literally got called out for it recently, but not by Aaron and Carly. So this whole thing is just so interestingly timed, but when Carly and Aaron were talking about them losing friendships and not associating with the Vlog Squad anymore in their video, they said that they've experienced heartbreak, and it has been upsetting, it has been sad, it has been frustrating what they went through and how they lost their friends.
Things have changed, obviously. There's been some heartbreak, I will say. Yeah? I think you would definitely agree with that.
Hearts have been shattered.
Hearts have been shattered to pieces.
Carly starts crying.
We got our answers because this week Jason posted the video for Zayn's roast, and Jason has been putting on these roasts of the Vlog Squad, and it was Zayn's turn. And in this video, when I tell you, oh my gosh, they did not hold back. There are so many things that they were saying about each member of the Vlog Squad that has everybody like, oh, this group is falling apart. Like, y'all actually hate each other. Because before, I feel like they tried to like protect each other and make each other not look that bad when they were roasting each other. But no, they were letting everything fly in this video. Heath and Mariah were called out the most in this video, especially Heath, and they were saying that he was a racist, which, oh my god, what the actual F. But before we get into that whole thing, this is what they had to say in terms of Aaron's wedding, and they claim that Zayn did not want to get tested in order to go to the wedding, and Heath and Mariah didn't get vaccinated to go.
Zayn is really stubborn. He once ended a 10-year-long friendship by refusing to take a COVID test.
You know, Heath, it is so awesome that both of our fiancés are here. Oh, wait, this is awkward. You haven't proposed yet, you deadbeat. Hey, Mariah, don't worry though, okay? It doesn't mean that Heath doesn't love you. It's just that we all know how difficult it is for Heath to commit to actually going to a wedding. But Erin sends her regards, by the way. Anyways, thank you guys so much.
So clearly the wedding ended the friendship and the choices everyone decided to make on whether to go or not go. But let's get into more about what was said about Heath, because every single person got up on that stage and made a joke about how Heath is not a good person. And obviously, yeah, they're joking, but a joke has to be a little bit truthful for people to laugh, you know?
Cast of Unfiltered is here. You know, it's funny that the show's called Unfiltered when they have to filter out Heath's racism every episode.
Our first roaster is so old he remembers segregation, which is something Heath asks about him every day. Please welcome Jason Nash.
Zayn, you're a lot like Donald Trump. You're delusional, you have bad hair, and your best friends are racist.
Mariah, you were so sweet to me. You treat me like family every time I come out to LA. I can't believe you're still with that racist.
Sorry about this. Heath is so racist, he and Mariah take a break from their relationship every summer because she gets a little too tan. So... yeah.
Buddy, I love you. It is so nice of you to be here and take a break from patrolling the border. Thank God Heath finally got in shape. Congrats, Heath. Really, truly. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be a lot of work for Mariah, who has to knit a much smaller clan outfit.
Literally, what the heck? What the heck, you guys? I mean, they were literally coming for him so hard and they were not being shy about it. So I'm just like, yo, what happened between all you guys? Like, where you finally are like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna finally call you out on this, because if you guys have been experiencing it for all of this time, what suddenly happened that you guys are like, you know what? Let's call you out. Because this isn't the first roast either, but this is the first one where they obviously feel comfortable letting it fly. And it was certainly awkward when Heath decided to get up on stage after all those jokes were made.
Everybody give it up for Ella. Buddy, good set. I do gotta address something. I don't get why everybody keeps calling me a racist. I hang out with Taylor and she's a quarter Asian.
Super uncomfortable, just like beyond awkward. This entire group just definitely seems to be falling apart, and it was kind of the joke of the night that the group was falling apart. And there were definitely some major hits that Natalie was taking as well. I mean, I feel like Natalie hasn't always been a crowd favorite, and most of the time at these roasts she is getting roasted, but these ones hit particularly hard.
Natalie, hey girl. Natalie's here tonight. She reminds me a lot of AOL dial-up. Annoying, unreliable, and impossible to find a connection with. A lot of people say she doesn't have a lot of close girlfriends, but that's mainly because Todd slept with them all.
Never give Natalie a gift. You'll find it on Poshmark for $10.
The entire roast is just like cringy and uncomfortable, and you're like, dang, this is not the same group that used to be loving each other up a couple years ago, and definitely not like loving each other up in terms of like being all that nice to each other, because in the vlogs, David would say a lot of mean jokes and all the other members of the vlog squad would also say really hurtful and mean things to each other, like they would body shame each other and make very inappropriate jokes and things like that. But I feel like in terms of the vlog squad, nobody ever was like, hey, my feelings were hurt, because if they did, most of the time they weren't in the vlog squad anymore. That's exactly what happened to former members who said that their feelings were hurt by jokes that were made. They weren't in the vlog squad anymore. But everyone is kind of saying their piece today of, I don't like you. Like, seriously, I don't like you. I don't like the things you say. I don't like your jokes. Since everyone's kind of gone off in their own direction and they don't have to be this big happy family, like, yeah, we hurt each other's feelings, but we still love each other. They don't have to fake it anymore because David's not vlogging. And the truth has surely come out. And it's just crazy because Aaron and Carly said that they didn't really want to, get into the details about what happened in the drama. And the drama came out. The drama came out at the end of the day, and we found out what happened between all of them. And it is crazy to see how it's unfolded. So I certainly want to know, if you guys watch the roast, what you guys think about this, especially what everyone had to say about Heath. I mean, geez, what is this man saying behind the scenes? So that's what's gone on. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.